Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is me Urooj Aslam and welcome back to another insightful conversation. Today we are diving into a topic that affects every single one of us. Personal finance. Whether you are a student, a young professional or someone trying to get better control over your money, budgeting and saving are the two skills that can completely transform your financial life. To help us break it down in a simple and practical way, we have a very special guest with us, Maya, a financial literacy advocate who has helped hundreds of people build smart money habits. Maya, thank you for joining us today. Hello, Maya. To begin with, why is personal finance such an essential skill for every individual today?
That's a really nice intro, thanks. And yeah, personal finance can feel overwhelming, honestly. It's great you're tackling it head on with your audience. Where should we start?
Okay, Maya.
So, why is financial independence important? Well, it's not just about having a lot of money, though that's nice. It's more about having options. It gives you the freedom to make choices aligned with your values, not just what pays the bills.
Okay. Maya, how would you explain the concept of budgeting to someone who has never been created a budget before?
Okay, so budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about direction. Think of it like giving every dollar a job. You list all your income, then all your expenses, everything from rent to coffee, and you make sure the income covers the expenses. It's just awareness, really, of where your money is going.
Okay. My next question is, many people struggle to track their expenses. What simple methods or tools do you recommend?
There are tons of apps, obviously, but those can feel performative, if you know what I mean. Honestly, a small notebook and pen can be really effective. Just jot down everything for a week or link your bank account into a spreadsheet. The no's are getting overly complicated and beating yourself up if you slip up. Small wins, right?
Okay. What are the most common mistakes people make when creating their first budget?
Oh, tons. But the biggest being unrealistic. People underestimate their spending, especially on things like eating out or small purchases. Or they don't factor in irregular expenses like car repairs or birthdays, also making it too restrictive. A budget should be a guide, not a prison.
Okay. How can someone differentiate between needs and wants when planning their monthly spending?
That's the big one, isn't it?
Mhm.
A need is something you genuinely can't live without: food, shelter, basic transportation. A want is everything else. A good trick is to ask yourself, if I lost this tomorrow, would my life fundamentally change? If not, it's probably a want. But also, be honest with yourself. That daily latte might feel like a need, but it's probably a want.
Okay. What percentage of one's income should ideally go into savings?
The classic rule is 20%, but honestly, that's not realistic for everyone. Start small. Even 5% is a great start. The important thing is consistency. Automate it so it happens before you even see the money. Then, as your income increases, gradually increase the savings percentage.
Okay. For beginners, what is the easiest and most effective saving strategy to start with?
Pay yourself first. Seriously. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to a savings account on payday. Even a small amount. It's psychological. You're prioritizing your future self. Makes a bigger difference than you think.
Okay, why do people find it difficult to save money consistently and how can they overcome this challenge?
It comes down to instant gratification. We're wired to want things now, and saving is about delaying that gratification for a future reward. To overcome it, you need a strong why. What are you saving for? A house? Travel? Retirement? Connect the savings to something meaningful, and it becomes easier to resist temptation. Also, make it visual. A savings thermometer, a picture of your goal can help.
Okay. How important is an emergency fund and how can someone start building?
Crucial. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. Did expenses happen? Car repairs, medical bills, job loss, and without one, you're likely to go into debt. To start, aim for $1,000. It sounds daunting, but even $50 a month adds up. Treat it like a non negotiable bill. Once you hit 1,000, aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses.
Okay. What role does mindset play in developing healthy money habits?
Huge. If you believe you're bad, you probably will be. It's a self fulfilling prophecy. You have to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. And practice gratitude for what you already have. It's surprisingly effective.
Okay. Maya, many young people rely heavily on digital payments. How can they ensure they don't overspend?
That's a good point. Digital payments make it easy to lose track. Link your credit debit cards to an app that tracks spending. Also, set daily or weekly spending limits. Most banks and apps let you do that now. And maybe leave the physical cards at home. Less temptation.
Okay. Are budgeting apps helpful or is it better to stick to traditional methods like notebooks or spreadsheets?
It really depends on the person. Apps are great for automation and visualization, but they can be overkill. A notebook or a spreadsheet forces you to be more mindful of your spending. No right or wrong answer. Use what works for you and what you'll actually stick with. The best method is the one you'll consistently use.
Okay. How can families introduce budgeting and saving habits to children at a young age?
Start simple, give them an allowance, and help them divide it into 3 jars: spend, save, and donate. Talk about wants versus needs, and lead by example. Kids learn by watching their parents. If they see you budgeting and saving, they're more likely to do it themselves.
Okay. What financial habits should everyone start practicing in their 20s and 30s to secure their future?
Definitely start investing, even if it's just a small amount. Time is your biggest asset in your 20s and 30s. Also, pay off high interest debt, credit cards, student loans, and build a strong credit score. It'll save you money on everything from loans to insurance. Basically, lay the foundation now for a more secure future. It's a lot easier to build wealth when you start early.
Okay. What are some beginner friendly ways people can increase their income if saving alone is not enough?
Side hustles are huge right now. Freelancing, driving for a ride sharing service, selling things online. There's something for everyone. But also, don't be afraid to ask for a raise at work. Research the average salary for your position and be prepared to make a case for why you deserve more. It can be intimidating, but it's worth it.
Okay. Finally, Maya, what one piece of advice would you give to anyone who feels overwhelmed by their financial situations?
Take a deep breath. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Financial situations rarely get better by panicking. Start small. Focus on one thing, maybe tracking your expenses for a week. One tiny step. Just begin. Progress, not perfection.
Okay, thank you so much, Maya, for sharing such practical, simple, and powerful insights on budgeting and saving. Personal finance is not about how much you earn, it's about how wisely you manage what you have. To everyone watching, remember small steps lead to big results. Start tracking your expenses, stick to a basic budget, and save a little every month. Your future self will thank you. Stay consistent, stay intentional, and keep learning. Until next time, this is Urooj Islam signing off. Allah Hafiz.